I hope they react the same way I did when I learned the truth of what you don't know.
Welcome to Survive the Shows.
Welcome everyone to this exciting interview segment here at Survive the Shows. I'm Désirée, and today we have the pleasure of sitting down with JaNae Armogan, star of the Lifetime movie A Relative Gender. Join us as we delve in JaNae's insights into her character and the challenges of filming this movie. Thank you for being here with us, JaNae.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure, as always.
It's a pleasure for me. So, talking about this movie, how did you first hear about relative gender, and what about the script made you want to be part of it?
Well, I heard about the script from an audition, and then I learned that the lead actress was the writer and a friend of mine. So I was super excited when I got the audition. My audition was for the doctor, and I wanted to play the doctor, and I was excited and intrigued to do so because I've never played a doctor before. So my goal in pursuing this career is to do things that challenge me. And so I thought being a doctor could be one of them. And I did a great audition and I got the part.
Great. And can you describe your character, who she is, what she is part of this movie, and what makes her dangerous or what vulnerable?
You're good at this. Well, you already know I'm not giving you too much because I don't want any spoilers, but I am a doctor that works at the hospital of the main character's sister. We're good friends, and there is a situation that happens, and she is brought to the hospital. And recognizing who she is, I take it upon myself to tend to her and make sure she's okay. And she unfortunately is in a coma due to an accident that happens. And she has a daughter, and her next of kin in terms of contact was her sister. So her sister comes, finds out the situation, and learns a lot of secrets that her sister has, as we all did, and then kind of trickles from there.
Great.
I can't really say if it's danger or vulnerability, but I think I gave away that I'm neutral because I'm the doctor that kind of takes care of her. Yeah.
Amazing. And how did you approach creating the emotional arc from for your character across the movie?
I tend to pull from life experiences that I have actually gone through to make the moment more authentic. I think it's very important to make it as real as possible because that's when the audience can relate. I feel like if it's, I mean, some people are good at pretending and turning it off and on. I'm not. I have to go to a place where I remember something that puts me in that feeling that needs to be seen on screen so the audience can go, okay, you know, I feel that. I can relate to that. So I went from life experiences to create the emotions of the situations that I've gone through in the scenes so the audience could feel for me in a nutshell.
Great. And which scene in the movie was the single biggest turning point for your character, and how did you prepare for it?
Ooh, I can't tell you the scene because it'll kind of give something away.
Yeah.
But preparing is when I found out what was happening in the scene, when certain things were exposed in that particular moment. It was a real reaction for me. So it wasn't acting because I left certain parts out when reading the script because I wanted to have the actual moment when the moment happened. So when I found out which day what scenes we were filming, I would keep that side put aside and then read it before we started filming. So that way, when the emotion or the situation happened, my reaction was 100%.
Oh, great. And were there any moments you pushed to change in the script because you felt they would better serve your character?
No, I don't think so. The director, Roxanne, who I work with a lot as a good friend as well. She's really good at having a conversation first. Like if she has a vision of what it should look like, we usually are on the same page. And if it's something I disagree with, I'll tell her, and then she'll say, okay, yeah, no, I understand that, and we'll do it one take first, and then do it if in the take that I envision the character to do it, and then we'll kind of go from there to see how it feels. And if it feels good with the way I thought it, then we stick to that. And if it doesn't, then we stick to what her vision is. So it varies. It depends. Yeah.
Great. And what conversation did you have with the director, Roxanne, about the tone and pacing for the more suspenseful scene?
I didn't have one actually.
Oh,
Surprisingly so. No, I didn't, because I liked everything that was brought in the script. I actually agreed with a lot of her reactions, and keeping certain things suspicious I thought was really important, because I felt like everyone should be a suspect. Because I mean, come on, it's a Lifetime movie. We all
yeah.
know in Lifetime movies everybody has to be questioned, right? So they did really good in portraying that. So yeah, I never had a moment where I had to have a conversation with her about it. So it was good. Yeah.
Amazing. And how did you build a relationship on screen between your character and the key relatives, antagonists? Any off-camera rituals that helped sell that chemistry?
Well, you know what's funny? We're all really good friends. So I think that had a lot to do with it. And we are very honest with each other. And if we do like upset one another, there is no behind our back conversation. There is face to face conversation. And if it is a situation where you feel like it'll help on set, it'll be like, okay, listen, I want to talk to you about something, but I'm going to wait before we roll, because I need your emotion. I need the authenticity of how you're going to react to that. So then you're sitting in your chair all day waiting with anxiety because you have no idea what they want to talk about. So that's how we did things. But it was very mild for my character, because I'm not into much of the movie. But I do play an important role with just information and certain actions that are done and certain secrets that are revealed. But it was pretty fun. We're a friendly bunch. We're fam. We're second fam. So it was cool. Yeah.
That's great. And, relative danger balances suspense with the intimate family dynamics. How did you find and maintain that balance in performance?
How did I find and maintain it?
Yeah.
That's a good question. That's a very good question. Jumped on that one. How did I find it? You know what? I think it was just conversation. It was communication, particularly with the lead, given then that's who I had most of my scenes with, and a detective. There's a detective in there that was really cool. And I guess just conversation. Yeah, just having conversation and getting a feel of how they felt in the moment and what they wanted and what they needed to get the emotion that was needed in the scene. Yeah, communication, I guess. Communication is the answer.
Yeah, great. And was there physical or stunt work required for your role? If so, how extensive was the training and how much of it did you do yourself?
Oh, I did all my stunt work myself. It was very easy. All I had to do was a lot of walking, holding a clipboard, checking hearts, checking pulses, and making sure the bodies were covered with blankets to make sure they were warm. It was a very, very easy stunt. Very. We didn't need the stunt double. We had them in the back just in case, but I did all of it. It was good. Yeah, easy peasy.
And which technical element surprised you the most on set in terms of how it influenced your performance?
I can't tell you that one because then it's giving away. I can't do it.
Okay. Okay. We will understand when watching the movie. And please tell me about wardrobe and makeup. How did costume choices help you inhabit the character? Any piece you felt symbolically important?
Well, makeup was very it was very faint because I felt like being a doctor, don't really concentrate on your beauty. Me personally, it would be more about the patients and making sure everybody felt okay, felt safe. Uh, in case I had to do surgery, things like that. I did have a coat and I had a name tag and I had the clipboard. That was my favorite part, and the stethoscope, which was really cool. So I felt like a doctor when I had that around my neck. And that was pretty much it. There wasn't a lot of emotion behind what I did because a lot of people would say doctors are emotionalist because they deal with this on a regular. This is an everyday thing. So I was not robotic, but not as sensitive as I would be as myself. So I had to remove a lot of emotion because in some cases they're patients. You deal with patients every day. The only emotion that I guess you would really see is when she comes in and I see it's her because she's my coworker. So I am a little more attentive with her than I would be with other patients, even though I am still very attentive with other patients, but I'm more emotionally attentive with her because she works for me and we have a great relationship together. So I just see her and she says she's going on break and then she's wheeled in. So it's an emotional moment because it's like, well, what the, I just saw you, what just happened? And then she's not conscious. And then I don't want to say what happens to her in case nobody knows, but you find out what happens to her. So it's even more devastating because it's like, who would do something like that and why? So this is when you, in this particular moment, you're learning secrets, you're learning about things that she's never told you. And it's just shocking because she's worked at this hospital for over 4 years. And how did I not know the things that this detective is saying to me right now when I see her every day, almost 12 hours a day? So I think that particular scene was the most emotional because I work with this person. I thought I knew this person, but clearly I didn't know her as much as I thought I did because I'm learning so much about her, and that's just shocking. And she's one of the sweetest employees that work at the hospital. Everybody loves her. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And did you do any specific research to ground your portrayal? Where did you look for inspiration?
Oh yes, I did. I watched a TV series called ER. I'm not sure. Okay, good. You know that show? That was my mom's favorite show. So when I got the call that I booked the doctor role, that was the first show that I thought of. So I
Yeah.
watched pretty much a season of ER just to get the feel and the fastness and the vibe of how these doctors work and how real it is and not acting. Like, don't act, just take the notes and keep these things in mind because I don't want to portray it the way it's not portrayed, and then people watch it and go, that's not what a doctor would do, that's not realistic. So my inspiration was ER, which is a great show, and a little bit of hold on, Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, Grey's Anatomy is a milestone
Yes,
of
that's a classic. Yeah.
of medical TV show.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So I watched that one, but I was more attached to ER than Grey's Anatomy. I mean, Grey's Anatomy was focused more on like the employees and their situations and stuff like that, whereas ER had a little more of the patients coming in, the different obstacles that they were going through. You still had the obstacles of the individuals, but I felt like I saw more of them interacting with their patients than Grey's Anatomy, at least in the first season. I only watched the first season, so I'm sure it gets different as the seasons go, but I stuck with ER for that one.
Great. There are 100 of medical TV show at this point, but here is the oldest and typical, I'm gonna say.
What's the most typical one you said?
Yeah, it's the oldest one. And
Yes, it is.
The more
I think
it's like when you think about medical TV show, that's a cult.
ER, right? Like it's like when you think of a show that if you could name one famous show that deals with cases of murder and sorry, I shouldn't say murder, unaliving people and assault, what's the show you think of? Law and Order.
Yeah.
Oh, what were you gonna say?
And CSI.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. It's both of them, I think.
yeah. And I mean, Law and Order's still running. Like how many? 25 seasons,
Yeah.
26 seasons. That's amazing. That's amazing. But it's one of my favorite shows to watch. And it's one of the reasons why I'm probably the most protective parent ever when it comes to my child doing things. It's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Oh.
Amazing. And were there any scenes that proved emotionally exhausting to shoot? How did you decompress afterwards?
No, I didn't have anything in that depth in this one.
Okay.
It was very smooth for me. This role was probably the smoothest I've ever played in
Yeah,
terms of less stress, no anxiety, the emotions not be like up and down. It was this was a cool one for me. Yeah.
great. And did you improvise any moments in this movie? If
When
so,
I couldn't remember my lines, absolutely. Because doctors have the tendency of speaking in like with vocabulary that I don't normally use in my everyday life. So if I would forget the word, then I would improv it, and then they'd laugh and they'd like cut, and then we'd do it again unless it fit. 100%.
yeah,
Sorry, I didn't
great.
let you finish that question. I already had the answer for that.
And what was your rehearsal process like with your co-stars? And was there a moment when the assembly surprised you?
No, it was actually very easy, very simple, very basic. Yeah, I didn't have
Yeah.
anything like that this time around.
Okay, okay, great. And how did the production, design, and locations contribute to the movie's mood? Was there a location that felt like another character?
We were in we it was an area where they built the set as a hospital, and I stayed there for all my shooting, so I didn't travel to any other locations. And we filmed during a time where it was really cold. It was freezing. It was in February, so snow, wind, everything you can think of that winter loves to bring to this world was there. And some of the scenes, like we would have to keep the doors open because of all of the equipment. But that was about it. Yeah, no, nothing that like kind of touched home or was sentimental for me in any way. Just the cold. It's just cold.
Yeah. And was there a line or a sequence that you thought to keep because you felt it revealed something crucial about your character? If you can say.
Nope.
No. Okay.
You already know.
Yeah. And were you ever attempted to play your character differently? And why did you choose the approach you did?
No, I actually liked how I played this character, and I think too, it was based on who the other character was that I was playing with. I think because there was a relationship there in the one scene. Um, the way I portrayed it was I was still a doctor until it was identified that it was somebody I knew, compared to having somebody walk in that I didn't know. Yeah, so that would be that, yeah.
Yeah. And how do you hope audiences will take away from this movie?
I just hope they enjoy it. I just the objective as an actor is to entertain, and I just hope I succeed in doing so, in fulfilling making people sit and watch everything through and through and just enjoy it, just be entertained. I just want them to be entertained and hopefully enjoy the movie
Yeah, of
and my
course.
performance.
Yeah. And which co-star pushed you creatively the most? And can you give an example of a moment that improved because of them?
Yes, I'll say Kirsten, who is the lead,
Yeah,
is she played a huge part, and that's my girl. That's my homegirl. She it's funny because it's such a serious role and she's so goofy in person. So to see the transition and being goofy and then yelling action and just getting into mode, it was a challenge to not laugh when I'm basically telling her what's happened to her sister, and which is a horrible thing, and she's making jokes and making faces right before we yell action. But I'd have to say the closest connection I had would be with her, and it helps that we're friends because then we can talk about things and get things ready before the actual scene happens.
Amazing. And about all the movie, not only your character, what audience reaction are you most curious to see? Who do you imagine will connect with the film most strongly?
I can't tell you that because that's going to give away the movie. I can't tell you. No, I can't tell you that. I can't tell you that. I can't. You know, you already knew I was going to say that, right? You already knew. I can't say that, but I will say this. I hope they react the same way I did when I learned the truth of what you don't know. Can I say that?
I like it.
Okay. Good. Leave you in suspense. That's the objective here. So you can watch the movie and find out what it is.
Great. And how does relative danger fit into the current wave of family thrillers on Lifetime? And what fresh perspective does it bring?
I can't say that either because it's going to give away the story. These are very great questions, but I don't want to say anything because then you're going to know the movie. So you have to ask me this after the movie's out. So next time let's do this when the movie airs, and then I can talk about it.
Okay, great. Oh, and finally, about the movie, what's one detail that viewers might miss but you love, and why? What you can say?
No, I can't say it. I can't say it because it's going to give away.
What happened? Okay.
No, I can't say it. I'm thinking I have like four situations that have happened that I really enjoyed watching, but they're twists. So I can't say them because I want you to find out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to tell you, but I don't want to tell you.
A lot of twist in this movie. Okay.
Yes, I will say this. There are, when you think you have it figured out, then something happens and you're like,
what?
Exactly. So it happens a few times. So that's why, and each time is my favorite time. So I can't tell you because they're twists. And I don't want to give anything away. I want people to watch it and speculate for themselves and then think they have it figured out. And then the bomb drops and you're like, oh, I was so off. I didn't even think that, because this is what I was doing. I was reading the script. And then when I would save my moments and then find out moments, I'm like, oh, wow. Oh, okay. So I don't want to say anything.
Great. So, change of subject. Talking about your career in general. How did your career, looking back at your career, which early role thought you the most about carrying a lead in a thriller?
I would have to say the last movie I did.
Yeah.
That, because it was my first lead, as you already know, and to be able to carry a movie for me was challenging, but it was exciting at the same time because it was something new and it was something I always wanted to do. But it also made me realize that I'm not carrying everything on my own. It's the production, it's the other cast, it's the crew. Everybody is contributing to this. So that was, because when I remember getting it, I was terrified because I was like, how am I going to do this on my own? But then as I'm doing it, I'm realizing, no, I'm not on my own. I have everybody with me, and we were all communicative in helping each other. So I think I would say the last movie I did, The Perfect Killer, was one of my favorites and an eye opener in learning about myself and realizing that it's okay to depend on others and it's okay to be myself because we got each other. We support. We're all going to make this movie happen. It's not just me, which was really nice to feel.
Yeah, amazing. And who are your acting influences or mentors? And what's the best piece of career advice you have received?
Oh, wow. My mentor. That's interesting. You know what? My mom was my biggest, she was my first everything. She was my biggest critic and my mentor. She loved movies. She was the one that introduced me to movies. And whenever I would do something, her feedback would matter more to me than anyone else because I knew she was honest and she had nothing to hide or lie to me about. So I would say my mother was my biggest mentor. And she was always right. She was always right about everything I did and pursued. And I miss that. I miss that a lot, but I appreciate it. And I've taken everything she's ever taught me and kept it with me. And I continue to keep it with me as I carry on my journey in doing this career. Yeah. Yeah.
And what's a skill you're currently working to improve that will influence your future performances?
A skill?
Yeah.
I have been practicing accents.
Oh.
I am trying to learn to do a British accent because I would love to do a British movie or play a British character in a TV show or in a feature film or something like that. I think it would be just absolutely wonderful if I was able to play an accent and people watch it and go, is she really British? Let's look up real quick and see where she's from. So that's what I'm working on at the moment. And I really like accents. So that's what I've been taking and hopefully having the opportunity to book something where I could play an accent.
Great. And are there genres you haven't tackled yet that you would love to try? And is there a dream role you haven't had the chance to play yet?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I feel like there's always going to be room for opportunity for me to grow in this industry. There's always stuff to do. I would love to learn how to write a script. I would love to be behind the scenes, maybe direct or assist. I would love to play a villain. It would be really cool to be a villain in a movie. I feel like I'd be really good at that. And I want to be like a supernatural of some sort. I would love to be something supernatural and like or unrecognizable, so you don't believe it's me. Like, you know who Bill Skarsgård is? Yeah. He played Pennywise and the Nosferatu, like such a versatile young man. And I really like watching his stuff. Helen Bonbon Carter, love her. Like, I want to do like different things that are out of my element to see if I'm capable of doing it. Yeah, that's what I would love to do. I would love to do that. Yeah.
Amazing. How do you engage with fans and critics after a TV movie premieres? Do you read responses and how do they affect you?
If they do reply or write me, I do always respond. If they're critiquing me, I always take it into consideration because they're a viewer. And I don't take anything personal. I don't get my feelings hurt. I always take it as a form of information and what I need to work on, if it's something I need to work on, or if they're giving me credit and saying that I did a good job, I take that as well. But any information that I receive is a form of growth and is still positive because I'm learning. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Great. And the last question, as usually for me, what upcoming projects can you share? Mm-hmm. Anything in development or script you are excited about?
Now you know what I'm going to say to that, right?
Yeah.
You just have to wait and see.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't like giving anything away, so just have to wait and see.
Yeah, exactly. So that's it. Make sure, all of you, to coach Relative Danger this Friday night on LMN. And thank you, JaNae, to join us today. It was a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you all for watching. Bye.